Japan Pot 164. The continued growth of the Japanese industries and the investment in this country may ease the unemployment problem, but it is questionable how far this process will continue before it arouses nativist resistance against the foreign control. As Japanese companies gain larger shares of the international markets from American companies become less profitable, as the Boston Consulting Group has shown. A company with a large market share is able to sell enough to make considerable profit to keep up research expenses and to modernize facilities, but American companies with declining market shares will not make enough profit to finance continued research and modernization. They will lose even more of the market caught in the vicious circle. As American companies become less profitable, America's government income is affected. Because profitability is down, governments must raise taxes to support the level of service to which people are accustomed, making it even more difficult for companies to reinvest for modernization and creating understandable resistance, if not a revolt of individual taxpayers. Local governments are caught in political bind and must cut services, raise taxes, or both. The decreasing tax base is already having an effect on the American aid abroad. Even when we have made economic and military commitments, the recipient countries, watching the weakness of American economy, naturally wonder about America's capacity to meet its commitments. Pessimistic foreign leaders may yet prove more accurate in their assessment than American officials who are endeavoring to provide reassurance about the reliability in American friendship. Not only foreign aid, but our basic stance towards the developing countries is affected by the weakness of our economy. In 1978, for example, the United States asked some European countries not to pass on steel industry know-how to developing countries, since the world's market in steel is satiated. Japan is not entirely open to imports from the competitive third world countries, but its stronger and more flexible economy allows it to concentrate on high quality steel, an area it could still remain competitive and to pass on to developing countries. The technology for the basic steel plants they so greatly desire. The American stance deprives developing countries of the means to raise their industrial skills and can only lead to greater conflicts between the developed and the developing countries, regardless of our humanitarian intentions. With serious trade imbalances, the United States is becoming increasingly protectionist, and not only towards Japan but towards Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Singapore, and other rapidly developing countries. Whether the Japanese and Koreans use voluntary restraints or America uses formal measures, the effects of the protectionism are the same, even more directly than falling value of the American dollar. It preserves the inefficient producer, unable to meet international competitive standards, and it requires the addition of sizable bureaucratic machinery. At best, it can never be entirely effective, but there are many ways of going around barriers in such a porous society as America. Superior foreign competitiveness creates an increasingly defensive mood in the United States. American company officials, straining to meet foreign competition, cut corners in the quality and treat employees less generously, while labor unions, afraid of increasing financial stringencies, become more determined to maintain their beliefs and to block modernization that might reduce the jobs. Government workers worried about the declining tax base